This is Andrew Willson, a 19-year-old college student. Willson was still living at home with his mother, Lisa. Since childhood, Willson has been plagued by serious health problems, some of which required medication at dangerously high dosages. Willson and his mother had a good relationship. There were minor arguments that were typical of any two people sharing a house, but even those didn't last long. Willson had been suffering a period of depression and had withdrawn into himself. His family was concerned, but nothing prepared them for the flashing of lights and wailing sirens outside of the house one early morning. Willson had called the police, saying that he believed his mother had been murdered. When they entered the house to investigate, they discovered Lisa in her bed with a gunshot wound to the back of her head.
Now, Andrew, we're going to talk about last night, obviously, and any time before that that you think is necessary for me to know. I do ask that you're honest with me. Okay, I've been doing this a long time. I talk to a lot of people. Not everybody's honest. I can usually tell when people aren't being honest with me. I don't get offended when people lie to me, but I usually let them know, you're not being honest with me. Okay.
Right.
I'm not going to lie to you, so I don't expect you to lie to me. So with that said, we're going to discuss last night, or any time before that. Did you want to start from the beginning and tell me about last night, or do you want me to ask you questions? Or?
I'm going to say, what I was doing. I probably got home from work right around midnight, a little bit before that, and she was about to go to bed. And then I just played PlayStation with my friends till about 2, and then I couldn't fall asleep, so right around 3:30, roughly, I took a drive. That's usually what I do when I can't fall asleep. And I decided to go to the gym because I still couldn't fall asleep at 4. But then by the time I got there, I didn't have my Planet Fitness token thing, so I just went home.
Okay. Yeah, tell me about that. When you went home?
And slept on the couch because we got a puppy, so she always just whines if you go upstairs. So I just watched TV for one episode and then went to bed.
Yeah, where'd you go to bed at?
Just on the couch in the family room.
Okay. And then what happened after that?
And I woke up, or her alarm woke me up because it's going off nonstop. Right before I called 911, because, 6:45.
And what happened after that?
Well, after I went up there to see why she wasn't turning off her alarm, and I saw her, so then I called 911 and waited outside.
Okay. And then what happened after that?
The dispatcher told me to just kind of wait near the driveway for the officers to show up. And then once they did, I just did whatever they said. Which they just got my name and hers.
You just go back in the house?
No.
No?
No, they told me to just wait outside.
Okay. All right. Let's go back. Anything else after that?
I just kind of waited inside one of the squad cars once everyone else started showing up.
Okay. All right. So you worked till about midnight?
That's about when I got home, yeah, because I got a call after 11.
What do you mean you got a call after 11?
So the shift is 3:11, but then you're on call until 7 a.m., usually from your house. So right at 11, we got 3 illegal parks. So I went and did one of those.
Okay. Right about 11?
Yeah.
From your house or from?
From the station.
From the station.
Yeah.
Where'd you pick that car up at? And what do you do with the cars?
So for legals, we bring it to one of our storage lots.
Okay. And where's the storage lot at?
The one I took to was right across the street from the station.
Where's that?
Corner of Taz and Hagedorn.
I'm sorry. What was the intersection?
Hazlitt and Hagedorn Road.
Hazlitt.
Yep.
Okay, and then after that, what'd you do?
I just went home.
Went home. Okay. And what time did you get home?
Probably quarter till midnight, maybe midnight. Somewhere around there.
Okay, and then you said that from that time, where were you at in the house?
I was in the family room.
In the family room.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go upstairs at all?
Right when I got home to get a phone charger.
To get a phone charger. Where'd you get that from?
My room.
Okay. Did you talk to your mom at that time?
Yeah, well, she just asked how work was, like she usually does. Just
okay. And where was she at?
It was a fairly typical night for Willson. He and his mother reportedly got along well, and nothing happened during the time leading up to the murder that might cause Willson to be angry enough to kill her. In intense situations, focus is everything, whether it's in the interrogation room or just trying to tune out distractions in daily life. And that's where Raycon's earbuds, today's sponsor, have been a game changer for me. Raycon earbuds combine premium sound quality and comfort, which is perfect for my personal daily routine that consists of researching new cases, working out, and spending time with my family. With a 32-hour battery life, I never have to worry about charging when I'm out. And with active noise cancellation, I can fully immerse myself when working on new cases or writing subtitles for videos like this one. Raycon designed these with an ergonomic fit, so they stay comfortable and sweat-resistant even through long hours. And the timing of the sponsorship couldn't be better. Raycons start at just half the price as the other guys. And this Black Friday, Raycon is offering additional up to 30% off site-wide. I've been personally enjoying these earbuds for some time now. So if you're looking to grab a pair, now's your chance to grab them at a Black Friday discount. Check out the link in my description below or visit buyraycon.com/stranger stories. Get your pair now.
First she was in the family room, and then when I was grabbing the phone charger, she was in the room watching TV.
And what was your conversation like?
Just asked about work and I don't know what time it was, because I was going to bring the puppy to my dad's because my stepmom runs the Cavalier Humane Society. So they already had an adoptive family ready for her, because my mom didn't really want to have another puppy.
Okay, so when were you going to do that?
I think my dad said be to his house by around 7:30.
And which puppy was it?
Sharpei.
During his own interview with the police, Wilson's father confirmed their plans.
All right, so tell me, you were saying that, and I had heard too, that Andrew was supposed to come to your house this morning?
Yeah, so they've got two puppies. They have two puppies. He's got a Sharpei puppy he got from a friend that he doesn't want.
Okay.
You probably saw it if you were there.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
had a cone on its head, maybe. My wife runs Cavalier Humane Society. She's the president and CEO. So she said, if Andrew doesn't want that puppy, because I was saying he doesn't know if he's going to keep it, doesn't know what to do with it, she said, take it. I said, I can guarantee I'm going to adopt it out. And in fact, her finance manager parents are supposed to meet today to get the puppy. So he was going to bring it over this morning at 7:30.
Okay.
And then my wife's going to take to work, and her finance person's parents are going to adopt it out, or adopt it. So, so he was supposed to come over at 7:30, and a little after that, he said, I'm not going to make it today, I'll explain later. I said, well, can I come over and get the puppy then? Because, we had plans of, her name is Cindy, that's the finance manager. Cindy's parents were going to come get the puppy. And he's like, probably not, the police are blocking the driveway.
Okay.
This is all text message. And,
Yeah.
so then I received, well, what's going on? Are you okay? And then nothing.
Okay, so last time you talked to your mom, she was in her bedroom?
Mm-hmm.
And she was, what was she doing?
Just watching TV
Where was she at in her room?
on the bed.
On the bed. And where's the TV at?
It's at the foot of the bed to the right, kind of at an angle,
Okay.
where if she laid on the left side of the bed, she could watch it.
Alright. Do you know what time that was?
Quarter after 12.
Quarter after 12. Do you know what she was watching on TV?
I don't remember. I didn't really pay attention to what she was watching.
Okay. And then what did you do after that?
I went downstairs and played PlayStation with my friends.
And who were you playing with?
Larry and Nick.
Do you know who they are?
Yeah, I went to high school with them.
Okay. And what's their last name?
Larry Gregorica.
Yeah.
And then Nick Benninger.
Did they graduate with you?
Yep.
And what time do you guys play till?
Nick and I played till, I don't know, 2, roughly. So we got off at like 1:30.
And what were you playing?
Destiny 2.
Okay. What'd you do after 2?
Watched a little TV trying to fall asleep, and then for about an hour, and then I couldn't, so I just took a drive.
Okay. And what were you watching on TV?
Family Guy.
And what car did you drive?
And Grand Prix.
And where'd you drive to?
Just country road in between Williamson and Dansville. I just took a turn whenever I felt like it. Just driving around to drive around.
Okay. Which roads?
So took Meridian to Holt.
Willson may have driven around to psych himself up for the murder or to decide where to hide the gun.
There's some other small side streets that I usually don't take going to my dad's.
So did you go to your dad's?
No, I went near his house, but then I went towards M52 and then turned on M52 down to Grand River.
Anywhere else?
And then to Planet Fitness at the Meridian Mall.
And what time did you get there?
I'll say around 4:30.
And what happened there?
So I got there and then I realized that my key card that they scan when you show up wasn't in my phone case like I usually have it. So I just went home. Can't really get in without it.
Okay. So were you in the parking lot?
Yeah.
And did you park?
Yep.
Did you get out?
I didn't get out, shot from my car, then I checked for my token just to make sure, and then I didn't have it.
Is it a card or a token?
It's a little plastic card that you put on your keychain.
Is it on there now?
No.
And then what'd you do?
I watched episode of TV and went to bed.
So where'd you go from Planet Fitness?
Just straight home.
Okay. And what time did you get home?
4:45 probably.
And where'd you go in the house?
Just right in the family room and watch TV.
And what'd you watch?
American Dad.
And then what?
And then just fell asleep
Where'd you fall asleep at?
on the couch.
And?
And then woke up to my mom's alarm going off.
And what time was that?
6:45.
And what'd you do?
And I went up to go shut it off and see why she wasn't waking up, and then saw her and then called 911.
After leaving his mother's body in her bedroom for an undetermined amount of time, Willson called the police. When they arrived, he appeared unemotional and distant.
What was the last conversation you had with your mom?
She was asking exactly what time I was going to bring the puppy to my dad.
And when was that? When was the conversation?
12, maybe quarter after.
And how do you know it was that late?
I know it, because I got done with my call at work at around 11:30. And then I had to email it, which I took a little extra time, and it's about a 15 to 20 minute drive home.
And where were you when you had a conversation with your mom?
The one about the puppy was in her room.
What about when you guys, when you first came home, where was she at?
I was watching TV in the family room.
And you guys talked then?
A little bit, yeah.
What was that like?
Just asked how work was. It was busy.
Okay. And then what?
And she said she was going to go to bed and get ready for bed. And then 5 minutes later, I went up to get my phone charger and then asked me about the dog.
Okay. And does your mom work?
Mm-hmm.
Where does she work?
Accident one, nursing.
Okay. Does she have to work today?
Yeah.
Yeah. What time does she normally get up?
6:30ish.
Okay. So she was awake when you got home from work,
Mm-hmm.
and then you left. You drove around. Why'd you drive around?
I just kind of fall asleep, and I usually accident tires me out at night.
Okay. Did you call anybody?
No.
Text anybody? Anybody call you or text you?
Mm-hmm.
No.
According to his father, Willson hadn't been very social recently. He spent much of his time by himself, and there were plans for him to see a therapist.
Did you go to your dad's?
No.
Did you talk to your dad?
Mm-hmm.
Not at all?
Not after like noon.
Not afternoon?
Yeah, like I said, I was telling him what time I could be over with the dog.
Okay. All right, so you get home,
Mm-hmm.
and your mom's in the living room. You guys just have a regular conversation?
Yep.
Yeah. Then she goes up to bed, you go up there to get your phone charged, you guys talk again?
Mm-hmm.
And what'd she say then?
Just asking about the dog and what time I was getting up to bring her to my dad's.
Okay. What's it like between you guys?
Me and my mom?
Yeah.
It's good.
You guys argue at all? Never?
Not really. No.
No? Alright. She didn't have an issue with you at all yesterday?
No.
Did you have one with her at all? No? There'd be no reason for you guys to be arguing or for her to be upset? Was she upset about anything lately?
Not really. I mean, maybe when I brought the dog home like a week and a half ago, she didn't really want it, so she was asking when I was bringing her back.
Bringing her back where?
I got it from, so it was my Larry's brother had the puppies, So, and then they sold 4 out of the 5, and they said just take the other one home and see how it works.
Okay. And how did it make you feel?
I mean, I kind of had a feeling that she wouldn't 100% want it.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
I just figured give it a shot. No one else was wanting her, so.
Wanting the puppy?
Mm-hmm.
You know. Yeah, my son just did the same thing to me. He brought home a dog, brought home a puppy. Fortunately, he goes to college, so he left and took the puppy with him. But you know, when he comes home, he's going to be bringing it, and I'm not happy about it. I wasn't happy he's going to bring this dog in my house. That's gonna, and we just got new floors and carpet, and you know, dog's gonna, you know, make messes and that kind of thing. And you know, is that how your mom was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not so much messing up the floors, but like our other dog, who is 2, didn't like her at all. So that's probably the main reason she wanted to get rid of her.
Is that your mom's dog?
Kind of both parts, yeah. But yeah, my mom's.
All right, so you guys have a brief conversation about that. You go back downstairs and you play games and stuff with your friends till about 2. What happens after 2 o'clock?
So they both got off, and then around, didn't feel like playing by myself anymore, so just watch TV.
All right, did you talk to your mom again after that?
No, she was sleeping.
She was sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay, what does your mom wear to bed?
What's that?
What does she wear to bed?
Depends. Usually, I think she has like a nightgown thing.
Nightgown thing?
Sometimes wear that.
So she wears like bed clothes?
Yeah.
She wouldn't wear like street clothes to bed? No?
I've never seen her.
You've never seen her wear like street clothes?
No.
No? Okay.
When Lisa was found, she was in bed and under the covers. She was wearing a tank top and exercise shorts.
So you leave the house and go for a drive. Drive around. You've gone for how long? About?
Driving probably an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Just driving around back roads.
Yeah.
And then you go to Planet Fitness. And what were you going to do at Planet Fitness?
Just work out, tightening out. So
you can do that at 4:30 in the morning? Yeah? Oh, you've done it before? 4:30 in the morning?
I've done it like 2 before. I've done it 4, but it.
Okay. And then you come home and you talk to your mom again when you come home?
No.
Not at all? You see her at all? No. And then you after you get home, what happens?
I watched an episode of TV.
Where'd you watch?
Where did I watch?
Yeah.
In the family room.
And what would you said you watched?
American Dad.
American Dad. And then you went to sleep?
Yep.
When did you change your clothes?
That was what I fell asleep in, because after I got home from work, I usually change into some street clothes.
Okay, so you got home, you did change your clothes when you got home?
Yeah.
What do you normally wear to work?
We have uniforms, blue pants, and then a white and blue striped button-down shirt, and boots.
Okay, and what did you do with those clothes?
They are on my bedroom floor.
On your bedroom floor? Alright. And, okay, so you watch TV, you watch American Dad, you fall asleep, and then you said her alarm clock woke you up? Okay, and then is that something that has happened in the past?
No, we'll usually turn it off right after it starts going off. But
okay, how often do you sleep on the couch?
Since we got the puppy, at least half the time, but before we got her, usually, unless I fall asleep on the couch, usually never.
Okay, and then describe to me what you saw when you went to go wake your mom up.
It was dark, so I saw like part of her pillow was darker than the rest, and then I turned on the light or my flashlight on my phone, and it was blood.
Where was the blood at?
all around her head and the pillow.
And how was she, what did you see when you walked in?
Just her still just laying there still, and like half the pillow was darker than the rest, so.
Lisa had been shot in the back of the head while she was sleeping, facing away from the door.
Could you see any part of her head?
Yeah, I didn't look super hard. Kind of looked away right away, but I think I did, yeah.
Okay. Was she covered at all?
She had a sheet kind of up there, just
Okay.
covered.
Did you touch anything in there?
No.
Okay. And how long were you in the room?
Like 5 seconds, maybe.
5 seconds?
Not very long, yeah. Just walk in, pull out my phone, and turn on the light.
Okay. Did you say anything to her?
I like said her name, but no answer. So
What'd you say?
said, "Mom."
Okay. Did you do anything else?
Just went downstairs and called 911.
And what'd you tell 911?
That she was, that I thought she was murdered, because then if she had gone or anything, or like any sharp object, it would have been self-inflicted. But I told them I thought she might have been murdered.
Okay. And why'd you think that?
Well, at least my initial thought, I didn't think it was suicide. She didn't really seem depressed or anything.
Okay. So you never thought that she was depressed or that she would end her own life? She never said anything yesterday or acted like she had issues where she wanted to kill herself, that kind of thing? Okay. So why would you think it was murder?
Because of how she was shot, Willson knew that trying to pass it off as a suicide would be impossible. He didn't realize that it would be fairly easy to determine that no one had broken into the house.
Well, I didn't think it was suicide, so I didn't really know what else to say.
Okay. Was anybody else in the house with you?
No.
Was anybody in the house when you left?
Mm-hmm.
Did she have a friend over? Does she have a boyfriend?
Not that I know of.
Anybody that comes over the house to do handyman work or anything like that? Cut the grass? Do you do that?
No,
or
I mow the lawn.
you mow the lawn? And you were gone for about an hour, hour and a half, something like that?
Hour and a half, roughly, yeah.
Hour and a half.
Something like that.
And how was your mom when you left the house?
Fine.
She was alive?
Yeah.
When you left the house to go on your drive, your mom was alive?
Yes.
And how do you know that?
Well, I mean, I'm not 100% sure. I didn't hear anything strange or see anything. So I figured she was.
Okay. So when you were in the house, you didn't see anybody in the house?
No.
You didn't hear a gunshot?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't hear anybody screaming? Did you hear an argument?
No.
Was your mom yelling at anybody? Nothing like that?
Mm-hmm.
So you leave and you go drive around for a couple hours just because you can't sleep?
I just couldn't fall asleep, yeah.
And why couldn't you fall asleep?
I just wasn't tired. I don't know why.
Well, how long did you work last night?
3 to 11.
3 to 11? And what time do you normally get up in the morning?
With the puppy now, usually 9.
9? All right. And did you eat yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Regular? I mean, like breakfast, lunch, dinner, or?
Lunch, dinner. I usually don't eat breakfast.
Okay. What time did you eat last night, like dinner time?
Probably been 7:30 or 8.
Okay. 7:30 or 8, and then you get home around midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have anything to eat after you got home?
Yes, I had some snacks. Not a real meal.
Like what?
I had a Hershey bar, and then I had a Mountain Dew to try and keep me up for a little bit, just in case I got a call. So I didn't want to sleep through my phone. And that's it.
Okay. Did you drink any alcohol?
Mm-hmm.
Does your mom drink alcohol?
Just when she's hanging out with her friends. So
Okay.
maybe like a couple times a year.
All right, so you don't think she was drinking last night? Is your mom on any type of medication?
Not that I know of. Maybe just vitamins. But
Okay, nothing, no type of narcotics or opiates or anything like that that would, and no antidepressants or anything that you know
not that I know
of? Okay, she pretty healthy?
of. Yeah.
Okay. And does she do illegal drugs at all?
No.
Never?
Not that I.
Okay. What about you? Do you ever use them?
No.
You smoke weed at all?
Did last summer, but I haven't since,
Okay.
like, September.
Nothing last night?
No.
Do you use any other recreational drugs?
Mm-hmm.
Cocaine or meth or anything like that? All right, good. Sorry, these things go off all the time. All right. So as far as you are concerned, when you were home yesterday, everything was normal?
Yep.
Everything, there was no rift between you and your mom?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing whatsoever? So you guys don't argue and you guys don't fight? She'll never yell at you to clean up your room or, you know, do something with your life or?
Well, not yell at me to clean my room, but like, she'll like, whenever it gets dirty, she'll say I should clean my room.
Okay.
Wilson's relationship with his mother was a focal point of the investigation, but detectives never found any sign of a rift in the relationship or a possible motive for Wilson's actions.
Does your mom, does she give you money for anything?
Mm-hmm.
No, so you make all your own money?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you're working, is it full-time or part-time?
Lately, yeah, it's been like 5 days a week.
5 days?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, and, okay, and when you left, did you lock the house?
Yes.
So when you leave, you lock the door.
Mm-hmm.
Which door did you leave from?
The back door.
The back door, describe it for me. I don't know how many doors to the house you have.
Yeah,
That's what I'm asking.
right. So there's, well, the front door is like right against the road with the green porch, but the back door is along the sidewalk with the deck.
With the deck?
Mm-hmm.
Is it just the two doors, the front door and the back door?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have a side door or anything? Okay, you don't have an entrance that goes like a storm door?
We do, yeah, but it's always locked.
Can you get into the house from there? Or is it just
From the outside, you have to like break off the latches to get in.
You have to break off the latches to get in?
Yeah.
Okay. Does your mom own any guns?
My mom, no.
Okay. Does your mom shoot guns?
No.
Does she hunt?
No.
Okay. And so do you own guns?
Well, they're technically my dad's, but yeah, my brother and I use them.
Okay. And what are they?
A couple shotguns. I think there might be a 22 mag at the house. Maybe a 223.
Okay. And what kind of shotguns are they?
There's a 12 gauge and I believe a 20.
And where are they at?
In the spare bedroom right off of the family room, there's a little gun safe.
On the first floor?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about the 22 mag? Is that a rifle or is that a pistol?
Rifle.
Rifle. And how many of them are there?
I haven't looked in a while. Probably one or two. My brother's one that uses them most of the time.
Okay. And where are they kept?
In the gun safe.
Okay. And you said there's 223?
I believe so, yeah.
And where's that at?
In the safe.
In the same place?
Yep.
And what kind of, what is that? What's a 223?
It's I believe it's a center fire rifle. It's a rifle.
Is it like a bolt action rifle or is it semi-auto or?
Bolt. I think that one's bolt action. I've never used that one.
Which one do you usually use?
I don't know if it's at my mom's, it might just be my dad's, but 20 gauge and the 22 mag.
Okay. what's the, is it 20 gauge set a pump or is it a
Pump
semi-automatic?
action.
Pump, and do you know what kind it is?
I think it's a Remington. I'm not sure.
And the 22 mag, is that semi-automatic or is that
Bolt action.
bolt action? And who makes that? Do you know?
But not off the top of my head.
Is it wooden? Stock?
Metal.
Yeah, stock itself, is that,
I don't think it's wooden.
what color is it?
We painted it camo years ago.
Okay. And what about the other one? Is that camo as well, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so are they both bolt action?
The 20 gauge is pump, and then
Yeah, the other
the other gun.
22 mag.
Yeah, it's bolt action.
Are they the same kind?
Yeah, they're similar. I think it might be a different brand, but it's
Okay.
very similar.
All right, I gotta talk to this guy real quick. Just sit tight. Do you need more water or anything?
Almost it.
All right, just relax. Back when, just backing up a little bit, how did your dad know to show up at your mom's house this morning? Why did he show up?
I told him that I wouldn't make it to drop off the dog.
When did you tell him that?
Like I think it was actually 7:35 that I sent him a text.
7:30 this morning?
Yeah. While I was still in the driveway. And then I just, I don't know, he was calling right as I was handing over my phone.
Oh, okay, all right. So, what'd you tell him in your text?
I just said that I'm not going to make it. I'll talk to you about it later. And then I guess he just showed up.
Okay, were the police were already there?
Mm-hmm.
Did you tell him about your mom?
Oh, I didn't talk to him. I
Okay.
didn't know he was there until he was leaving.
What about when you texted him in the morning?
No, not yet. I don't know if I was, wasn't supposed to tell anybody yet. Well, I was still being investigated, so I didn't.
Okay. Did you tell any of the deputies that your dad wanted to know what was going on?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I didn't think he was going to show up, but
Okay. Yeah, he's one of the other detectives is talking to him right now, so so we got to figure something out here. Okay.
mm-hmm.
After you leave and you go driving around and you come back, the back door that you locked, was it locked when you came home?
No, it wasn't quite shut all the way because the door was kind of hard to shut, but
What wasn't shut? Which door?
the back door.
Is it like a storm door or is it
No,
a screen door?
The one with the deck.
Is it just one door?
It has a screen door and then an actual door.
Okay, and which one wasn't closed all the way?
The actual wooden door, which I figured, so most of the time whenever I leave in the middle of the night to go on a call, my mom, like, if she ends up coming downstairs to let the dogs out, she'll just leave the door unlocked. I figured that's what it was.
Okay, so you figured that your mom,
Saw that I was gone, so she probably thought that, figured that she thought that I was on a call for work.
okay. All right. From what we see right now, we don't think this is a suicide.
Okay.
Okay. There's no indication that there's a suicide. You don't think it's a suicide.
No.
And your dad doesn't think it's a suicide. So that leaves us with homicide, right?
Right.
She didn't die of natural causes. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
And you know what natural causes are, like heart attacks and things like that. Okay. So we gotta get real here. Okay. And earlier you said you're gonna be honest with me. Now I'm gonna ask you, did you have anything to do with your mom's death?
No.
Did you cause anything that created your mom's death?
Mm-mm. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't know what I would have done.
Okay. What do you think happened?
Maybe someone broke in, trying to rob us or something.
And who would do that?
I assume it's a stranger.
You assume it's a stranger?
Yeah, I don't know anybody that I know that would try and steal.
Okay, and so, do you know who was in your house?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who caused the death of your mom?
No.
Do you have any idea who did?
Not anybody that I hang out with. I couldn't think of any of them doing that.
So what do you think about, what were you thinking about when you found your mom?
I was really shocked.
How long after you found her did you call 911?
A minute or two. I didn't sit around, like sitting there.
When you called 911, where were you?
I was right at the back door, like kind of half in and out. I was like went back and forth in and out while I was on the phone, just pacing back and forth.
Okay. Did you walk around the house at all, the inside?
After I called them, no.
Were you afraid that there was anybody inside the house? Not at all?
Not really.
Did you see anybody at the house or near the house when you got home?
Mm-hmm.
Did anything seem out of place when you got home?
No, I was only in the sun porch, which is where the dog kennel is, and then I went in the family room. Those are the only, well, I guess in the bathroom.
What were you doing in the bathroom?
Just went to the bathroom.
Okay, and when was that?
It would have been after I got home, so 4:30. Right when I got home to the bathroom.
Okay, so that was before you found your mom?
Yeah.
All right. So after you called 911,
Mm-hmm.
you went downstairs?
I was already downstairs.
When you called 911?
Yeah, so I went
So you went
downstairs
down there?
before I called, yeah.
Okay. And what did you tell 911?
Because I thought she was murdered because I didn't see a gun or anything. I didn't think she committed suicide.
Okay.
So,
Well, let's talk about that, about not seeing a gun or anything. Did you look for a gun?
I didn't look on the other side of the bed. I didn't see one on the ground in the room or anything.
Okay. Did you expect to find one?
No, not really.
Okay. You told me earlier that you were only in there for a few seconds.
So I walked in there, saw that it didn't look right. So then I pulled out my phone and turned on the flashlight, and then saw her. And I left.
So it was kind of dark in there?
This portion of Wilson's story is easier to pass for the truth. Lisa's body was easily visible from the doorway, and her wound was severe enough that, with a light, it would be immediately obvious that she was not alive.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said you thought you saw blood on the pillow?
Yeah, because it looked like half of it was darker than the white. So
Okay.
I turned on the light to see.
Was her head covered?
By the sheet? I don't think so.
No.
I think it's kind of up to her shoulder.
Like up to her shoulder?
Like she was sleeping.
Okay. Did you shake her at all?
Mm-hmm.
Did you scream her name at all?
Yeah, I yelled her name, yeah. I wouldn't say scream, but
Okay. And you said you were only there for a few seconds, but you looked for a weapon? You looked for a
I
gun?
didn't get down underneath the bed. I just took a quick glance. Didn't see anything.
Okay. And then did you run out of the room? Or you just walk out?
Half and run, but I was definitely faster than walking.
All right, then you call 911.
Hmm.
Did 911 ask you if you see anybody at the house?
She might have a little bit later on. She asked too if I was the only one who lived there with her. And if everyone else was at the house overnight. I think she asked that.
Okay. All right. Take a couple minutes, and I want you to think real hard about last night, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be right back.
Okay.
Anything?
What's that?
All right. Oh, this could take a while, so just let you know. If you need a break, just let me know. If you get hungry, let me know, that kind of thing. All right. Sorry about all the interruptions, but there's a lot going on right now, obviously, and you know, there's people out at the house that are, you know, evidence people taking evidence, and your dad and your brother are being interviewed. So I keep getting called out to find out what's going on and get updated and stuff like that. And I have to give updates too, you know, that kind of thing. So it's kind of fluid. So, you know, I'm not ignoring you or anything like that, right? You know, when I get up and go out and stuff like that. But if you could we go over the route that you took when you went for your drive?
Yeah. I don't know like all the exact roads I took, but I know I took Meridian.
Okay, well, so when you left your house, you drove to Meridian?
Yep, left out of the drive to Meridian.
Okay,
No, left on Meridian.
okay,
And then went down to Willson or Holt and took a left. And then down to another side street. I didn't see a street sign. I just saw that there was a road, so I took it.
was it, how far down the road was it?
A couple miles.
A couple miles, and did you turn right or left?
Turned right.
Turn right, so you would be going,
towards Dansville.
was it a paved road?
Just paved, yeah.
Okay, and then from there?
From there, went to another side street to take a left, and I took that down to M52.
What street was that?
The other side street.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Was it a major street or
It was
a side street?
It was a country road. It wasn't like a major one. So it wasn't super wide. Took it at M52. And took a right on M52. Down a little ways, probably maybe a mile or so.
Okay.
And took a left.
On what?
I wasn't really paying close attention. But it was a couple streets, so M52, I just pretty much took a square back down to M52. And then down to Green River in Williamston.
Okay.
All the way down.
Thank you, I'm just thinking about that. I don't know if I can read this or not. Here's Lynn Road, right here.
So to
That's
Meridian.
Meridian.
Down to it would have been Meridian to, I believe it's Holt. Left on the road.
Okay.
And then when it's Holt Road right there. This one, okay.
Yeah.
And then when he either comes back to Williamson, if you take a right on Williamson Road towards Dansville, or you can take a left,
Mhm.
and I don't know, I think it might be Bray. Take a left on Bray
From where?
from Holt. So,
Well, Holt Road's right here. So, how would you take
it
that?
might not have been. See, Williamson Road, you can either take the main or before. It would have been off of Zimmer. Williamson Road.
Yeah, from your house, this would be Williamson right here.
Okay. Williamson Road. But there's another Williamson Road, yep, Bray. So I was on, I believe, Howell Road, not Holt.
Howell?
Off of Meridian, right. And then took a left onto Bray. And then took a left on Pollock. And that goes to a three-way, which then I went Zimmer to,
Hang on a second. Left on what, Pollock?
yeah, it's just a little, looks like Pollock, yeah. And then a right on Zimmer.
Okay, well, yeah, show me on the map then.
So this is a three-way stop right there. And I went down Zimmer
Okay.
towards, I went a couple streets. So yeah, it was Holt Road because
You took Zimmer up to Holt?
Zimmer to Holt Road, and the right down to M52.
Okay.
And then 52 to Grand River.
All right.
And then Grand River all the way to the mall, which is where Planet Fitness is. And then just
Okay, and when you were at Planet Fitness, where'd you park?
out front in the parking lot.
Like close to the building?
Couple rows. So here's the building, there's road you drive by, and then there's a row here. I was in the next row.
So how far would you have to walk to go to the building?
100 feet.
100 feet. Were there many cars in the parking lot?
More than I thought, but they might not have all been Planet Fitness. Probably, I don't know, 10.
Okay, so you're outside the entrance then?
Yeah.
And how much time did you spend in the parking lot?
15 seconds. So I
Just-
could check, see if I had my card, and I didn't, so I went back.
And the cars usually where?
It's usually in between my phone, like underneath the phone case, in between my phone and the case, but I just didn't put it in there.
Okay, where do you think it's at now?
Somewhere in my room.
Okay.
So
And then how'd you get back home?
it took Grand River to Meridian,
Yeah,
and then Lynn.
Killing.
Mm-hmm.
And did you see any cars or anything when you were driving on Meridian Road?
On Meridian, there were a few cars, yeah.
Anything on Lynn?
No.
So how long do you think you were gone on this whole time that you were driving?
Maybe hour and a half? Hour and a half?
You stop anywhere?
No.
Did you call anybody?
No.
Text anybody?
No.
Did you stop by your dad's? Where's your dad live?
Curtis Road?
Or is it
In Dansville?
Right.
Curtis Road, right about where the hour is.
Right there?
Yeah.
Okay. And how close were you to your dad's house?
How? That's as close as I got.
Oh, how
Oh,
long?
really? Yeah.
Alright. Were you gonna go to your dad's?
No. I was.
You didn't think about it? Did you have the dog with you?
No.
No. What were you doing when you were driving around?
Just listening to music.
Okay. You didn't stop anywhere?
No. Just Planet Fitness.
Wilson's stop at Planet Fitness may have been an attempt at establishing an alibi. Because this was a spur-of-the-moment crime, it was poorly thought out, and still would have left plenty of time unaccounted for when he could have shot her before leaving the house.
Alright. What time do you think you left home?
3:15, 3:30, somewhere in that range. Probably close to a quarter after.
Quarter after 3?
Yeah.
And what time did you get back?
4:30-ish. Quarter to 5.
And you went in the same door that you came out?
Yeah.
Was it still locked?
When I came back, no.
The actual lock wasn't locked? No. And how do you lock the door?
Either with the key or manually.
So was it like a deadbolt? Or
No,
is it in
just
the
on
handle?
on the handle.
On the handle?
Lock, yeah.
Was your mom's bedroom door, was it open or closed when you went up when the alarm was going off?
It was open.
The door was open, is that normal?
I think it depends. Usually she'll sleep with it shut, but I've seen her sleep with it open.
And why'd you take your phone in your mom's room?
It was just in my pocket after I got up.
And what were you wearing?
Basketball shorts.
Were they at?
I'm wearing them.
Oh, you wearing them?
Yeah, I didn't
Oh.
have time to change.
Alright. And what time did you take a shower?
I didn't. I wasn't planning on taking a shower till after I dropped off the dog.
Oh, okay. So you didn't take a shower before you went to work?
Oh, before I went to work, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought you meant this morning.
Okay. So you took a shower, but you didn't take one after you got home?
No.
Did you take one after you found your mom?
No.
No? Just put it after you got home. From work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you hunt?
Sometimes.
Okay. Do you target shoot?
Not really.
When's the last time you fired a gun?
Last fall.
Last fall. And what was that?
20 gauge for deer season.
Did you handle a firearm last night?
No.
Did you shoot a firearm last night?
No.
All right, so what happened to your mom last night?
What do you mean?
What happened?
While I was gone, she got shot.
And how do you know she got shot?
I just assumed there was, since there's all the blood on her head.
I've been doing this a long time, you know that, right? 25 years. I'm a homicide detective. Okay, I talk to people all the time, for years, about other people dying. Okay? We look at a lot of things when we're doing our investigation. Okay? Whether people say, what we find at the crime scene, what's said on a 911 call, and there's all kinds of stuff that we look at. Alright? And I know that you did not have the best relationship with your mom since you got the puppy. I know that. Am I right?
I mean, we weren't yelling at each other.
Right, no, I know, but still, it was better times. Am I correct?
Like the past week, she's been fine. Just right at first, she didn't like the puppy.
Sure.
I was fine with that.
Yeah. But it's closer and closer to the time where the puppies, you gotta get rid of the puppy. And your mom probably was okay with that, right? And that's probably why she was better this last week, because she knew that at some point the puppy was going to be gone. You know, I'm a dog guy. I know you're a dog guy. I can tell just by talking to you. You know, we love our animals. You know, we love, okay? And you had the dog a couple weeks, you know, and you didn't get the dog just to turn around and get the dog away. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And unfortunately,
When they were unable to find any other motive, the police tried to blame the incident on a minor argument about the dog. It was the reason released to the public, although it did not hold up at Willson's trial.
everybody's got parents. Unfortunately, they have rules. Unfortunately, when we live with our parents, we live by their rules of what they say inside the house. I did it with mine. My son does it with me. You do it with your mom. You're a man. You're an adult, right? I mean, there's some things that you do that tell me that. Okay, you don't go to school anymore. You work a full-time job. You make your own money. You make your own choices in life. You got your own car, right? All right. You got your own cell phone. You know, do you pay a lot of bills?
Since I'm making classes, I pay this insurance and cell phone.
There you go. But you're doing it. You're doing it, right? Okay, you're entitled to things. The dog is one of them. You know, I would think that. My son thought that. Hey, you know, I'm a man. I'm 20-some years old. I go to school. I got a job. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. When he got the dog, I didn't tell him, hey, you can't have a dog. I said, that's your decision. But the dog's not going to live here. And he said, I'm fine with that. I'm going back to college. I take the dog with me. I'm fine with that too. Right. I love the dog. The dog's a great little dog. You know, and just said, I'm sure yours is. I saw him. When I came in the house, I saw that dog. You know, yeah. You know, right. You know, had the thing on it over its ears or whatever, but you know, nice happy little dog and everything, and you know, and what I do know is that today was the day that you were taking the dog, you were taking your puppy that you love, and you were giving her away, and that wasn't your choice. All right?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't your choice. You didn't want to get rid of the puppy. You just got it. You know. And I'm sure that you thought of names, even though you didn't want to name it. I'm sure you were like,
I couldn't, it's not the fact that we're giving away, I could not think of a,
a good name.
Yeah.
You wait for personality.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what we do too. Yeah, you know, you get a dog, you let him do some stuff, and you go, oh, this name fits better because it's a personality type thing. All right. But what I'm getting at is this, okay? We all do things in life, okay? We all have arguments, disagreements, you know, and I'm not saying yelling and screaming and stuff like that. And I understand that a lot of stuff is done by emotions. People do things because they're emotionally attached to things, because they love things, because they love people, and they do things, okay? Things that they would never ever do, ever, in their life, period, okay? Are you following me? All right. From the information that I'm getting, you and your mom, the last couple of days, I've seen text messages from her to your dad about the puppy, okay? About it coming and going and when it's going to get there and stuff, and that there's been some tension between you guys over this. Am I right?
Yeah.
It's okay to say I'm right, okay? You know, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. You know, you can do that, either one. But what I'm getting at is there was nobody in your house last night but you and your mom. We know that, okay? I've got ears over there right now, people telling me what's going on. And I know from what your brother has said and what your dad has said, the only two people in that house last night were you and your mom. Your mom's no longer with us, okay? And I want to be able to tell from the evidence and from what you've told me about your drive, if you were there or not, if you were anywhere in there, okay? And there's reasons, and I'm sure you watch cop shows, you know that we do things that are going to verify stuff, okay? A lot of stuff is stuff that I don't even have a part in because I'm not techie, you know what I'm saying? All right? You got to be upfront with me, you got to be straight with me, and don't lie to me, okay? I'm being honest, I want you to be honest, okay? You have to tell me what happened last night with your mom. It's tough, it's hard, it's not going to be easy, okay? But don't think that I'm not going to listen. Don't think that I'm not going to be compassionate, okay? Because I understand these things. I've been doing this a long time, okay? I have never judged anybody, and I won't start today, all right? You didn't leave your house last night when you said, did you?
Probably a little later.
Probably a little later, okay? You and your mom, you had some words last night, didn't you?
What do you mean, had some words?
About the puppy. You guys, you told me she talked to you about the puppy a little bit, discussed the puppy. What did that lead to? Anything?
I was fine giving away the puppy, since she said.
Okay, no, I agree with that. I agree with that, okay? And but everything that you're telling me has not been 100% true. And I know that, you know that, okay? I think we're right about 95%. I think a lot of what you told me, I can say, okay, I can verify that and it's true. But there's a small piece there that we're missing, okay? And you know what that piece is. And I can't put words in your mouth, okay? And I'm not going to. But I need you to tell me about last night. Can you do that for me?
I guess.
No? It's all right, Andrew. Now going to work was true, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, coming home from work, you got home around midnight? Okay. Start from there.
We talked a little bit, like about work. And she went to bed.
Okay.
And I played PlayStation for a couple hours.
And then what happened? We're right there, Andrew, we're right there, and you only have to say it once.
I don't think I can.
You can say it. I know you can. I know you didn't believe this. I know you didn't. Just be straight up with me.
Now that Willson realizes that it is pointless to lie, he struggles to tell the detective exactly what happened. Throughout the rest of the investigation and during his trial, Willson was not mentally able to face what he did to his mother.
Was she still awake?
Hmm?
Wow. Was that yes?
What?
Was she still awake? Was she asleep?
She's sleeping. All right.
Okay. And then what? Because I can't put words in your mouth, okay? But you have to say this. You need to say this. It's gonna crush her if you don't. You're a good person. Don't let this ruin that. What happened? Andrew,
Can't say it.
we're right there, buddy. I can guarantee you this, okay? I've heard worse. I have. And I was in your house today, this morning, okay? I just need to know from you why I was there today. Is that right? So you got home from work. What did you write after you got home from work?
Changed.
Okay, you changed your clothes. And what did you put on?
Street clothes.
Is it what you have on right now?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, pretty much. What did you have on that you don't have on now?
Well, I didn't have a t-shirt on when I was on PlayStation.
Okay. All right. So what happened after that?
Played for a couple hours.
Okay. What happened after that? I can see your lips moving. You're trying to say it. It's okay, Andrew. You're in a safe place right here. What did you take from the house when you left? That's an easy question. said you'd be honest with me. What happened to your mom, Andrew? It's time to tell, Andrew. My light's up. I know it's tough. Come on, Andrew, talk to me. What happened to that, Andrew? Have you ever thought about doing something like this before, but didn't do it? I didn't think so. Just the spur of the moment.
Willson was experiencing a period of troubled mental health and hearing voices. This was believed to have been a side effect of earlier health problems and high dosages of strong medication. He had never exhibited signs of violence. Willson knew he needed help and was in the process of getting counseling.
When you went back upstairs, how did you know your mom was asleep?
Door was shut.
Okay. Did you knock on her door? No, did you just open the door? If I ask you some questions, will you answer them truthfully? Yeah? Okay. You told me that there's is it a gun safe or a gun cabinet?
Cabinet.
Okay, what does it look like?
Wooden glass door.
Okay. And that's in a spare bedroom downstairs,
Yep.
adjacent to the living room?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Were you in that room at all last night? No. Did you take a gun out of that room? You told me you'd answer my questions. I'm trying to make this easy for you. I'm probably asking questions I shouldn't, just because I want you to tell me the story. I don't want to assume anything. Which one was it? Andrew, you told me. Which gun was it? Come on, what do you say? Was the cabinet locked? The gun cabinet, was it locked? Yeah. Was it unlocked? Where's the key to it? What's that?
Sitting on top of it.
Okay. It'll get easier once you start talking, Andrew. It will. You know she's sleeping because her door is shut. Okay? Do you open the door?
Yes.
Okay. Do you knock on the door? No? Okay. Is your mom... Where's your mom at?
On the bed.
On the bed? And is there anything on in the room?
No.
And you, by saying no, you mean like what?
The TV and the lights.
TV and the lights are off? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you open the door, you have to say it. What happens? You're doing fine. Take a second. Take a breath. All right, Andrew. We're this far. You've come a long way. What happens, Andrew? I know it's hard. I know it's really hard. But I can't put words in your mouth. Andrew, you're doing fine. Take a deep breath. What happens after you open the door?
walk in there.
You walk in there. Okay. You're right there. What happens next? I know, it's tough. You walk into the bedroom, and what happens? Andrew. Simon. It's time. What happened? Just say it. I know. That's not something you want to even think about. I know that. Does she wake up? No? So you walked into her room? How far into her room? How far into?
To the bed.
Up to the bed? And which part of the bed?
The closest to the door.
Okay, so
The side.
the side? Okay, so what part of your mom's body were you standing at?
The back.
Her back? Okay. And then what happens? I know it's tough. I know it's tough. When you go in her room, do you have anything with you? Andrew? Do you? I didn't hear you.
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Does your mom ever wake up?
No.
Okay. So what did you have with you? I know stuff, but you're right there. So you go up, you stand at your mom's back. Okay. What happens next? It's okay. It's okay. Andrew, what happened? I can't say it for you. What happens next? Andrew, I know it's tough. Just say it, Andrew. You're ready. Nothing. Hardest thing you'll ever do, but it'll be over with. You're standing in her room, in her bed. What happens next? What happens, Jerome? What happens, Andrew?
This is as close as Willson comes to describing what happened. The detective has to take long pauses between details for Willson to collect himself.
I can't hear you.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. What happens next? Andrew? Lovely. What happens next? You're in the bedroom with the gun. What happens next? Okay. Was the gun loaded?
Yes.
And how do you know it was loaded?
I checked.
You checked? Do you keep guns loaded in the house?
So,
Did you have to put a bullet in it?
yes.
And where did you do that?
Upstairs.
Downstairs? Okay. When you were in the room with your mom, how were you holding the gun?
To my side.
Okay. The whole time? No? At some point, did you reposition the gun?
Yep.
Is that yes?
Yep.
How did you do that?
We were just carrying it vertically to horizontally.
Carrying it vertically to horizontally?
Yes.
Right. How? Can you show me?
So just holding it with one hand, held it to the side.
Okay. And where were you standing when you were holding it like that?
How back to it?
I can't hear you. Can you sit up for me? I know it's tough. I know it is. I just can't hear you. Where were you standing?
Right next to the bed.
Okay. And where was your mom?
In the bed.
Okay, so you're facing her back? So she's laying on her side then?
Yes.
Okay. And what happens next?
I aim it.
What's that?
I aim it.
Okay, and when you say that, what, do you have to move the gun to aim it? How?
More towards her head.
Okay. Do you pick the gun up and look down sights or anything?
No.
You just move the barrel?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what? And what? You're doing good. I know it's hard. The hard part's over. What happens? What happens in here? You only have to say it the one time. Does she wake up?
No.
And she's not facing you?
Mm-hmm.
What happens after you point the rifle at her head? What's next?
Pull the trigger.
I'm sorry.
Pull the trigger.
You pull the trigger? Then what happens?
And I left.
Okay. So you pull the trigger, and how does that gun operate?
It goes off.
Okay. Is it semi-automatic? Does the shell eject out of it?
You have to use the bolt action.
Yeah, that's the
Shell
bolt
come
action.
out.
Okay. Do you do that? No. Where's that gun now? it in the house? Okay. All right. You want to take a break? All right. Take a break. I'll be right back. What would you like? Some more water or something?
Sure.
All right. You have to use the restroom? All right. I'll be right back, okay? All right. Sorry. Can you grab that for me, please? Thank you. Relax for a minute, okay? You hungry or anything?
No.
All right. How you doing? Yeah. To be expected, huh? Not that hungry? All right. For you there, you can keep eating. Is it okay if we go over a few things? All right. Car part's over. I just need to shore up a couple of little details. When you left the house, did you drive around like you said? In the same areas that you told me? Okay, did you take the gun with you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes? Okay. And where's that at?
Off of M52. Find that map again, probably.
Okay, I'll go get the map.
I don't know exactly what it was.
Did you put it where you could go back and find it later?
Using Wilson's directions, the police were able to recover the weapon.
I mean, how did you get rid of it?
Off the road.
Alright. Did you get out of the car?
What?
Did you drove over there, did you get out of the car and take the gun with you? And place it someplace, or?
No.
Yeah, okay. What else is with the gun?
No.
Nothing else? Okay, what about clothing? Shoes? Anything else? Okay, did you ever take the shell out of the gun?
The empty one?
Yeah.
No.
No. How many shells does that hold?
It holds. What's it, 6?
6? Now, do they push down inside of it?
Mhm.
Okay, just like a regular bolt action gun would. Did you load the whole thing? How many did you put in there?
Just one.
Just one? Okay, and, all right, let me go grab that map real quick. All right? Okay. How you doing? You doing okay? All right. I know, I told you this is gonna take a long time. And it's taking a long time, right? I'm just kind of curious. After you left and you came back, or maybe even before, was there any? Did you have any idea of what you were going to do with your mom?
What do you mean?
I mean, were you going to do anything with her? Were you going to take her out of the house, or
No.
nothing like that? No. Did you think about it at all? No. Okay.
Wilson made no attempt to move his mother's body or alter the crime scene. The only evidence he removed was the gun.
You just decided I was just going to call 911?
Well, that's what I was planning on.
Okay, so, I know there was a tarp in the back seat of your car?
Oh, that was from when I helped my brother move into his new place. It's been in there for like a month.
What's the tarp for?
We were going to put it over furniture so they don't scratch each other. But
And where'd you get that one at? It was brand new.
yeah, he bought it for moving in. We just never used it. We kind of forgot about it.
Okay. And there was a receipt for tickets or something? Were you going someplace, or a concert, or something like that?
Oh, other people didn't have their credit card to pay for the concert, so they just used mine and then gave me cash.
What concert was that?
It's a rock concert. It's like 10 bands gonna be there.
When's that?
The 29th.
This one? Alright. Alright, just like I said, I'm just curious. You know, you thought that far out, or do you have any thoughts about what was going to happen now? Before that, before you got home? No. And did you ever go to Planet Fitness?
Yeah, I was actually planning on working out, but I didn't have my card.
Okay, was that, and that was after?
Yeah.
So you actually went to the parking lot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so after you left and you drove around and you stashed the gun, then you went to Planet Fitness, or did you go home?
Planet Fitness.
And then you came home?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, just sit there. Like I said, it's gonna take a while. You need anything?
Brought some water, actually.
Yeah, all right. I can some water. Yeah, it's good. I got that. All right.
While Willson was being interrogated, his father arrived at the station to give a statement. He tried to keep in regular contact with his son and was able to give the police insight into Willson's history of mental health, as well as his current condition.
I don't know if they got into a quarrel or...
How's Andrew's relationship? Is he, having good relationship with mom?
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay.
He's been going, well, so the conversations her and I do have are about the kids. One being, he seems like he's depressed. So we sent him to a therapist or counselor a couple years ago. He went through, he was diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. Oh yeah, stage 4 cancer.
Pretty serious stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
He instantly went through chemotherapy and then radiation. Lost all his hair. And,
okay.
It's in remission. But he never seemed to have a toll mentally on him.
Okay.
He became a little more quiet, and we had him go to a therapist. It was her idea. A while after that, he went a couple times and seemed better, and then we recently made him go again because he didn't see well. So he started LCC last fall.
Okay.
His first year out of high school. Took 3 or 4 classes. Did real well. Got like 2 4 points and a 3.5.
Okay.
So signed up for classes in January. Next thing I know, he dropped them all. And then she immediately said he seemed depressed. So, we kind of made him as much as you can make a 19-year-old do anything.
Right.
Go see a therapist again, and he only went once or twice, she said.
And that was earlier this year?
It was probably, after he dropped out of classes.
Okay. So, early spring.
I'd say it was 2017.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So he probably dropped classes in January, February.
Okay.
But he could tell he was depressed.
Okay.
I saw him a couple nights ago. I took him out to dinner. He was pretty quiet, but then by the end of time we were done, we're eating dinner and stuff, he was talkative, and we were talking about the Tigers and a couple of things.
Do you know if he's taking any medication for any of the anxiety stuff or depression stuff? Or?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. His mom was going to take him to our family doctor. I don't know if she ever did. Dr. Menard to put him on an antidepressant.
Okay.
I don't know if, and I can't remember. Either he did see Dr. Menard, or didn't get the meds, or I don't know.
Okay.
We talked about it. I don't know if he ever got on.
Okay.
But he probably needed something.
Okay.
She was on antidepressants for a while, years ago. I mean, when we were still married.
Okay.
And hell, so was I for a little while.
Okay.
Probably
was
15 years ago or something.
Okay.
It was a long time ago.
Before kind of the divorce stuff started happening.
Yeah, way before.
Similar to hers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't related to the divorce at all.
Okay.
So I don't know if he ever got on or not, because I can't remember.
Okay.
I can't remember. He may or may not be. If I had to guess, I'd say probably 60-70% chance he's not taking anything.
Okay.
But if you told me he said he was, I'd believe it.
Okay. All right. You had mentioned, or, kind of said, I'm not sure if there was some sort of quarrel or something. Are you aware if they ever had any physical things like that? Okay.
Wilson's brother Michael had been told by several people about the emergency workers at his mother's house. When he contacted his father, he was told to come to the police station. After learning the devastating news, he added his own input about his brother.
What about Andrew? Is he get defensive or?
No, defensive? I mean, not really. I never see him get too emotional ever.
Okay.
I mean, not since we were like little kids wrestling, just like any brothers do. That
Sure.
Like seeing him get super angry, like that never happens. But I mean, he seems kind of sad, like in the last year, because he's going to LCC his freshman year, and then they kind of. I think he finished his fall semester, and then he was lying about going in the spring semester and lied about having a job at Jimmy John's, and I don't know if he's like, he must be depressed. And
Okay.
I think my parents tried to get him to go to therapy, but since he's 18, he's a person that has to sign up, like they can't sign him up and force him to go, and I believe he went to one of the sessions, and then after that, just never called again. So, like his emotions are right now, like the last year, pretty much been non-existent. I would say, like when I go over there to talk to him, he's always been super quiet and not talkative. But if I go over there and say, "Hey Andrew, what's up?" He's like, "How you doing?" "Good." So it's like one word answers. He never wants to have a conversation. It seems like.
And this has been going on for about a year?
Well, yeah, this would be about a year ago now is when he started college, so.
Okay.
Close to a year, I'd say.
Although Wilson's family petitioned for leniency in light of his mental health, the judge felt that the crime was serious enough to require a longer sentence. Andrew Willson was found guilty of second-degree murder and sentenced to 17 years in prison. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, there is a Patreon link in the description where you can support the channel further. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.